Hi students, see another important question here related to that phloem. No, it comes like that in examination. Phloem is a good food source for some animals. How can you justify this statement? Of course, phloem is a main important conductive tissue, no, which transports that food material from leaves to different parts of the plant. Like that, phloem is a good source, food source for some animals. I already said that wolves and rabbits are for getting that food. No, simply they have to make holes in the stem. Okay, how can you justify this statement? Yeah, some mammals means what? Those are gives birds young ones directly and feeding their young ones by giving mother milk are called mammals. Okay, particularly mammals means rabbit, wolves. Okay, these are, they scratch the bark of the trees and get the food stored in the phloem, especially during hot winter when food scarcity is more. At the time hot winter times, no, what they are doing, simply they have to scratch the bark of the tree and they get the food stored in the phloem. Okay, like voles also damage the young saplings at ground levels, and rabbits damage the older trees to get their food from the phloem tissue. Rabbits are also damaging that older trees to get their food, no, from the phloem tissue. They have to damage and make holes in the, okay, big trees. Okay, like that phloem is a food source for animals like aphids. Now only we discuss, no, aphids is one of the important insect which sucking the juices from the plants. Okay, like that aphids also play very important role. Okay, like that food source for some of animals, no, like aphids. Phloem is also food source for some animals like aphids. Phloem sieve tubes are extremely small. Sieve tubes, actually sieve tubes, companion cells, these are the some of the cells are present in the phloem tissue, no, they are extremely very small. When you take that aphids and an example, aphids cluster around the young stem of the plants. They are feeding on the plant juices to get this juice, no, and aphid pierces or penetrated that plant tissues with its long okay, tube like needle like structure, which is called proboscis. This is proboscis, needle like structure. With the help of that, it sucks the juices from the plant. Okay, so like that, if you take it was shown that when feeding aphid is killed and stem is carefully sectioned and proboscis only penetrates as far as phloem sieve tubes. Like that, it was shown that, in that experiment, when the feeding aphids, no, is killed and the stem is carefully, okay, sectioned, the proboscis only penetrates as far as phloem sieve tubes. Okay, this proboscis also provides a ready-made means of obtaining the juice for animals. Okay, and aphids is killed while the acts of feeding, and the body is then carefully cut, the leaving the hollow proboscis still inserted into the phloem. This one still it is inserted into the phloem. Okay, it is found that because the content of the phloem sieve tubes are under the slight portion of the fluid slowly exudes from the cut end of the proboscis in the form of drops, and they have collected the drops and analyzed, and this fluid after found that one, no, to contain that sugars and amino acids. Like that, here we can prove that one simply. This is that very important food source for some animals, particularly some mammals. It is very important here, especially voles and rabbits. So voles are simply, they damage the young saplings at ground level, and rabbits are particularly, they have to damage the older trees to get their food from the phloem tissue. Like that, that's why foresters, particularly here you observe, here foresters are also encouraged that predators means what? The animals which kill the other animal. Particularly it is nothing but prey. Predator means particularly the animals which kills the, wolves and rabbits, no, that is called predators. Here foresters are also encourage that predators such as foxes, they have to encourage, okay, hedgers, hawks, owls. With the help of that, no, they keep down the population of wolves and rabbits. Like that, foresters are encouraged, and particularly these type of predators, okay, foxes, next badgers, then hawks, owls, to keep down the population of wolves and rabbits, okay, to check the growth of these wolves and rabbits. Otherwise what would happen? Simply forest plants will be get damaged by making holes, wolves and okay, rabbits. This is very important one. Okay, even gray squirrels are also to do great damage here. Great gray squirrels, you know that gray squirrels means are also collecting that food, no, and they have making that shelter by doing that holes in the stem, okay, like that. These are the particularly some of the, okay, animals, particularly they are getting that food resources from phloem. By that for that they have to make the holes to that stem part of that tree, and they have to damage the, okay, uh, they have to damage the plants and trees. That's why to save that okay, plants or forest, simply foresters are also encourage the predators such as foxes, okay, badgers, hawks and owls, okay, as they help to keep down the population of wolves and rabbits. Okay, so this is about the phloem is a food sources for some animals, okay, but that's why they have to damaging that plant by making that holes for getting that food from that phloem. Okay, how can you have to justify? Means you have to write all these related points. How you have to control this damaging from wolves and rabbits, no, particularly you just write this point that foresters are encourages or they have to growing more predators such as foxes, then badgers, then hawks and owls, no, these are that keep down in population. With the help of that they have to keep down the population of wolves and rabbits. Okay, this is phloem importance and how some of the animals to get that food resource from the phloem, how they have to damage the trees, particularly to making that holes of the trees. Okay, how we have to take care from these okay, wolves and rabbits, how that foresters are taking care to prevent the damage from these wolves and rabbits. Okay, simply they are growing or encouraging that predators such as foxes, have badgers and the hawks and the owls to keep down the population of that wolves and rabbits. So far total circulatory system has completed. Okay, next week we will start that another new unit, that is excretion. So far we had three units are successfully completed. First one we had completed, circulatory system we had completed, then hormonal system, nervous system are also completed. Okay, that is nothing but coordination we had completed. Now on Monday onwards, we will discuss about the excretory system. Okay, thank you students.